Welcome to the 28 Beats Later podcast. I'm Jessa Rose.
And I'm Soalyse.
And yeah, it is, I think, episode 4.
Yeah. Sorry, I always get so shy. Episode 4, I think, because first episode was 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
Second was Obsession. And the last one was Backrooms.
Yes.
I almost said the other thing. I almost
The other
auto-corrected
thing,
myself.
so if any of y'all that are like my viewers on my Discord, I keep making this autocorrect mistake. Anytime I do posts on like trying to, I guess you could say, promote our podcast in my Discord server, the one time I decided to do it on my phone, it autocorrected to something else, and y'all can take a guess on what it is. I won't say it on here though.
Yeah.
I'll
It's
probably
like, hey,
post it
yo.
on here. Yeah.
I know, I think we could be a little unhinged on here, but also I'm like, it's different from our streaming stuff. So I'm like, what's the rating on here?
Right. I know. I'm just like, I know we drop cuss words here and there, but like if you don't watch our streams on Twitch, we could get a little unhinged here and there.
Yeah. Simping over every like villain, baddie person in our like horror games or rivals.
Yeah.
And then
Speaking of rivals and sipping over hot villains.
New character alert.
I know, new character alert. So, I feel like you and I are pretty both like fans of like Marvel.
Oh yeah, I love
I'm
Marvel.
huge. Yeah, I'm huge in the Marvel comics and the MCU. So, Marvel Rivals is a hero shooter game. It's a 6v6, kind of like Overwatch, except it's with Marvel characters. A lot of well-known characters like your Avengers, like Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, and then also pretty niche characters. And like the first one I can kind of think of is like White Fox, Angela, which is also in like the Thor comic universe. Also, I feel like it's a really great game that is a perfect iteration of X-Men characters, because I'm like, keep the X-Men characters coming. I love it.
There's so many. I'm like, yeah, I love with like X-Men 97 out and so one more episode actually. I'm almost caught up. Me and Kevin are trying to catch up. But
yeah, I haven't seen the recent episode yet. As of right now, as of recording, I haven't seen the recent episode. I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah, we'll have to catch up. Oh yeah, but the new character, there was an update. His name's the Hood, right? I never heard of him before. But when I saw him, I was like, ooh, he looks fun. He's a tank, which is a character, which is like a type of character that I like usually don't pick.
Yeah, so there's 3 classes. There is a tank or a vanguard, DPS, or I think it's duelist for Marvel Rivals, and then healer or strategist. I usually am like a strategist main or a healer main when it comes to hero shooters. And like tank is usually my second pick, because on Overwatch I main Diva. I played the Hood yesterday for a few games, and he's really fun.
He looks fun. I didn't get to try him yet, but I was watching the gameplay and I was like, okay, he looks like someone I would actually probably play. Like, I think the other one I have is the Thing, which is so funny because it's like you're learning how to drive for the first time. You're just like, he's like zooming past everybody. You're just like, no.
I know. But yeah, it's so a little backstory on the Hood. His name is Parker Robbins, and he is kind of went into crime as like a very young age because he was trying to help his mom, who I believe either had dementia or Alzheimer's, and he's trying to catch up on payments for that to take care of her, and also had a pregnant girlfriend. He's actually portrayed in the comics as a white guy, and this is important for me to say. He's a white guy in the comics, and I think in later iterations he's Puerto Rican, like a Puerto Rican from New York City or from the Bronx, more importantly. But in this iteration for Marvel Rivals, they took, I think, the later comics version and also mixing in with the MCU Parker Robbins, because he's in Ironheart. I haven't seen the TV show yet. And he's super Latino, super Puerto Rican, you can tell.
Yeah, and, I love his voice lines, his voice actor. Like, you can really hear.
He's played by Damian Priest, which he is a WWE wrestler. So,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
my little cousin is super into WWE, so I have to ask him if he knows that a person.
Yeah, I love Rhea Ripley, and he's like kind of known with Rhea Ripley, and I'm like, yeah. So
I've definitely probably seen him then. Okay,
yeah,
she's all over my feed sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey Ria, what's up?
That's how like I kind of know a little bit about the Hood. I don't know everything about him, but I just know he's like kind of a one of not the main villains, but like a villain for Captain America, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have to try him later. Hopefully.
Yes.
I know everybody's like insta locking him and choosing him like real fast. I'm like, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. I'm like, I'll just play White Fox or Phoenix.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, another update. For me,
Yes.
I got a cat. So I adopted her a week ago on Friday. She's
Yeah.
actually sitting like right below me under my desk. She's sleeping. I was a little worried that she was gonna be like really active right now and like be knocking my mic around. So I was gonna have to possibly lock her out, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see how she is.
Yeah.
She's sleepy. But I named her, well, with the help of Kevin, because I was like, you can choose her name. Unless there's something crazy, I was gonna be like, nah, then I'm gonna shut that down. Like, it
Yeah.
can't be super bad. It can't be super crazy unhinged. But no, he actually came up with two name ideas: Domino, from like Deadpool, so Marvel
Yes.
character, and then Naru from Prey, so the native character from the
Hmm.
newest movie or one of the newest movies. And I was testing them out and I really liked Naru. And I was like,
Yeah.
it feels like, I don't know, it's really nice to say. And it's just like, it's so fitting. Because I
Yeah.
mean,
She's so cute.
she's adorable. We'll insert a picture here. I have some
Yeah.
videos probably of her too.
Yeah.
She's
If you want to
cute.
send me over a video, I can definitely edit
Yes.
it in here.
Yeah, she's a domestic short hair. Then she's a calico. So she has the really pretty calico
Yeah.
coat. And it's just so
Her eyes are so
pretty.
pretty.
I know she has the green eyes and the colorful
Mm.
coat. I'm like, dang, I love her. She's already so comfortable too. I'm having my sister come over today actually,
Mhm.
after record, so she can get used to being around people again. Because I'm like, I don't want
Oh,
her to be so
good.
used to just being around me. And then if someone comes over, and then she's all like, she's shook.
Yeah, because I know Opal doesn't like most animals, but she loves people. She's a very sociable cat, which is Opal's my cat. Definitely socializing with other people would definitely help.
Yeah, and eventually I want to get a dog. So down the line, probably start with a puppy, so it'll be easy to like
Hmm.
adjust with her. The puppy will learn from her. But yeah, really happy
Yeah.
I have a companion again.
No, yeah, that's good. I know. So I have Pumpkin. We got her as a puppy, and having like raising her with Opal is really funny because she'll pick up like cat mannerisms. Like she'll like tuck in her paws like a cat.
Oh my
It's
god,
so
I love
funny.
when dogs do that.
Yeah. So definitely would recommend getting like a puppy around a cat so they can like pick up some
Yeah.
cat mannerisms.
As long as I hope they don't. I've seen like videos of like pit bulls jumping onto like on top of the fridge. And I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, I don't know how do you stop that.
A lot of training and patience.
I think that's all the updates I have for this week or this episode. Like we were talking about, I mean, we'll probably talk about games updates like
Hmm.
in other episodes that we have, but this one specifically, we are going to be talking about our top 5 horror games.
Yes.
So we're going to have like different episodes throughout like our podcast and stuff, but we wanted to do a little break from movies, just focus on one. And so we're
Hmm.
doing top 5 horror games for this episode, and then the next one will be top 5 horror movies. Yeah, we ranked ours from 5 or 1 to 5, but we'll start from number 5.
Yeah.
Um, I wore my T-shirt for this one. I was like, Jessa, which T-shirt do I wear
I
for this
said
episode? And she's like,
Carlos.
Carlos. And I was like, oh, okay. And then when we got on, I was like, wait, I'll wear this one, and then I'll wear another shirt I have for the movies. But yeah,
Yes.
this is our man's.
God, I love Carlos.
He's so fine.
Yeah, and I've so side tangent. I am very well aware that the original Resident Evil 3 Carlos just does not look like that. But we're talking about Carlos from Resident
Remake.
Evil 3
Yes.
remake.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
I have yet to play all the OG Resident Evils. There was
mhm.
one, I guess two technically. Code Veronica and 5, I think. The one with Chris and
Yes. Sheva?
Sheva. Yes, I
Yes.
love her. She's such a badass, like all the women in Resident Evil.
Yeah, like the women in Resident Evil, they're all like baddies. I
Mhm.
love Ada though. I think Ada's my favorite girl.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about Resident Evil in this. One of them
Yeah.
is my one of my favorites.
I
Uh,
didn't rank any Resident Evil games on my top 5.
oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's okay. I did.
Okay, good.
I did. Yeah.
I was like, oop.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay if it's not in your top ones. are we going to go down our list? We're going to start with number 5, and then
Yes.
we'll share each of our going from the ranks. And then before we get to number 1, our top horror game, we wanted
Mhm.
to mention like honorable mention games that we wanted to include in the list, but we didn't quite get into the top 5. And then we'll mention our favorite.
Yes.
So for my number 5, I chose Fierce to Fathom Ironbark Lookout, which
Oh,
is one of like, I think it was early on when I started streaming. I was playing all the Fierce to Fathom games because I saw a lot of
yes.
streamers and YouTubers playing them when they first came out. And then I think this one was a little like recently released around that time when I played it. And this
Yes.
one was so scary. All of them are pretty creepy, but this one I just remember like really well. And there's a scene towards the very end. Actually, there's a few good jump scares that got me. I think I have clips.
Yeah.
I'll send those so we can have those like in the video. Um,
Yes, you have to.
yeah, but it's very creepy. There's like if anybody hasn't played it, you're in a fire watchtower, like somewhere in the middle of the woods, and you're all alone, and then you are all these creepy things are happening. There's like people that are showing like a dude that shows up, jump scares
Mhm.
you, as being weird, and people are like having like campsites, and you like start to kind of investigate like things that are happening around the area that you're staying at, and you're trying to keep a lookout because there's people having like campfires and they shouldn't be just because of like wildfire
Yeah.
precautions. And then there's also like happened to come across a cult in HD. Not them looking at me. Fuck. Oh fuck. How are they already here? Holy shit, they're fast. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I locked myself out. Stop. What the fuck?
Mhm.
That is in the forest too, and it's just a lot of creepy vibes. And I think they actually tie that into one of the newest games too with the cult.
Yes. I haven't played any of the Fears to Fathom games besides the first one and the recent one. The recent
Oh,
one you have to play with the duo, and I played that game with Jackie B, who's a Latina
oh yeah.
streamer, and that was so funny. At least to me,
I
that was
remember
like such a
watching.
that was such a fun experience. I think you have to do that one with Kevin,
Yes,
but
I
like
want
roles
to.
reverse. Like he plays the girl and you play the
Oh,
guy.
we should.
Yeah,
That would be fun. I do remember watching. I don't know if I saw the whole stream when you
yeah,
played, but I was there for a bit of it, and it looks so funny and like chaotic. And then seeing like the two different reactions because like in those games when you play, like, they have you split up like in a lot of
yeah.
like co-op games, and then so you're doing your own things and then like relaying information to each other. Yeah, that's a really fun like concept that they added into those games because the other ones are all single player. So
Yes.
I really like that they added multiplayer into that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
same.
Fears to Fathom is just I recommend playing Ironbark Lookout or all of them if you can.
Yeah.
They're super fun. They're all like individual stories pretty much. Kind of
Mhm.
like I think these are the ones. Yes, it's like someone submitted a story from their perspective of what happened, some kind of creepy inner
Yeah.
encounter that they had. I think 6 to 8 episodes, I think.
I think right now they're at 6 with the
Oh, okay.
newest one that came out.
Yeah, so there's
Yeah.
a few episodes and they range like in length too. So some are a
Mhm.
little shorter, some are like a little longer, so super fun.
Most of my list is like both from like big name studios and then a couple are like indie. So like my number 5 is also from a indie studio. They're a little bit well known now, but it's going to be Outlast.
Oh,
So number 5 is Outlast for me. Came out September 4th, 2013. It was developed by Red Barrels. As of right now, I haven't been playing Outlast Trials because of their use of AI, unfortunately, in the game. I know, I just recently found that out, and I'm
no.
like, I gotta not play that game anymore. And I will eventually probably come back to it if they don't use AI in the game, or I should say generative AI, because I heard that they use it for the art and for the posters and the environment. So I will come back to the game if they hire artists for those specific environments and posters because I love the game. The community has like amazing artists, so I'm like, y'all, if y'all need an artist, I got you. I got two people that are very amazing artists.
Yeah.
But Outlast is a single player horror game, survival horror game, where you play as a news reporter who got like a tip. The guy that did the tip is also the main character in the DLC for Outlast. The first one is you play as a news reporter and you go in a men- the best way I could describe it is like a mental health asylum,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of pictured as that, as like an asylum. But as you kind of go through the buildings, you kind of see that these people are being tested for things. You deal with like enemies that are kind of bigger than you and have some really, really fucked up stories behind each enemy. I'm trying to remember what the guy, like the main enemy at the end, is called, but essentially he kind of phases through walls, essentially explodes people.
Oh.
That's like the best way I can describe it, as like the main enemy at the end. And he possesses our main guy. So, spoiler, like the main guy is possessed by this entity thing that was created by Murkoff, which is the one that is kind of the big bad corporation within the Outlast series. Because Murkoff is referenced in Whistleblower, Outlast 2, and then Trials. And it is set in, I believe, in 2013, actually. So, because
Oh, dang.
yeah, each game is set in different timelines. Because in Trials, it's set in the 60s. So they've been experimenting on people since 1960s.
Yeah, I started that game. I got
Yes.
to like the main first boss, I think. I could not get through that chase. I was like
Hmm.
several times just like doing freaking DBD loops. I was like looping them and I was like, I don't know what's happening. I'm scared. And then like it was so frustrating because I think I had to find it like I had to escape the room. I could not figure out how to get out. And so I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I was like, this is
a
enough.
Yeah, it is one of the first horror games that kind of you have to rely on your wits and how to like maneuver around your enemies in the environment, because you have no weapons, you only have a camera, and you have to rely on batteries for your camera because you use a lot of your night vision.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to try to play through it another time. Cause I'm
Yeah,
like that one I know like a lot of people have talked about and I've like highly recommended. And so like yeah, that's one I do want to try to finish. And I'm
yeah,
like,
I think you should. It's a fun one.
yeah. And I'm like, dang, that's really unfortunate about Outlast Trials. I didn't know that either
Yeah,
because that is possibly on my list.
yeah.
I've
No, and that here's the thing is that I don't shame creators who are still playing the game, because it's
yeah.
you've already purchased the game and I get it. However, I think it's kind of like good to like let people know like, hey, they're still using Gen AI for the environment. I don't know if they have sense or thinking about switching over to actual artists or what it is, but as of right now, currently using Gen AI for at least the paintings, environment stuff, and their posters.
I know that game, like I think when it first came out, I did try to play it. I was like, nope, this is too scary. I wasn't into horror games like that yet. I was like,
Yeah,
nope, nope, I can't do this. I'm freaking out. I don't want to do this. I'm okay. So I think my
yeah.
brothers tried to make me play it. Same
Oh,
with it was like Blair Witch Project. I think was at the same time that they made me try the Outlast.
oh, yeah, the Blair Witch game. That one I haven't tried it yet
That one's
because I
pretty
have a
good.
dog. Yeah, I have a
Oh
dog, and so like I know the dog barks a lot, and
yeah,
I don't want Pumpkin to cry and bark at the same time.
yeah. I
So
don't remember. The dog lives happily ever after. So does the person at the end. They leave
okay,
off. Yeah.
okay,
Like every horror game, everybody's fine and happy. Ready for number 4?
yes.
Okay. So number 4 was actually Outlast Trials for me. And then I was like, oop. And then so I was like, okay, like I mean, I will talk about that, but I'll also like insert a similar game that I do like, kind of as like an honorable mention in place of that one. But Outlast Trials is like one of my favorite games, like
Hmm.
that's multiplayer because it's something that's so fun. They always add new things and there's always like big updates. So it kind of changes the game, like because you could play through a lot of the trials repeatedly and try to get
Yeah,
like better scores. And then they also add new ones, which is fun. They have different like time links too. There's like the I can't remember the names of it, but there's the ones that are a lot shorter and
hmm,
faster, and then there's the ones that are like pretty longer, right? Is it
yeah. So
something intensive therapy?
because I
Yeah,
loved
Outlast Trials
Outlast
Queen.
Hey,
The Z.
Rose.
Jeremy.
Shit! Girl! Basically,
Oh,
there's
I'm
a
gonna kick
fate.
your ass
There's a fate,
myself.
Rose.
Because that was going to be my number five, and then that all that
Oh,
stuff came out, and so you have your MK trials, which are the shorter ones. They're like estimated time to be 15 minutes, so they'll have estimated times, and then you have your regular trials, which are, I think the estimated time is 45 minutes. However, some have been. I've played some trials that have taken 2 hours.
yeah. I've definitely had that. And I'm like, oh my god. And I just
Yeah.
remembered intensive therapy is like a difficulty. That's like
Mhm.
the harder one, right? I think.
Yeah. So you have introductory, standard, intensive, and then psychosurgery. Yes.
Yeah. I do like that there's a lot of like custom, like a lot of options for that game too.
Hmm.
And then you can queue up with, I think, four, it's yourself and then three other friends, right?
Yeah.
Three other
Yeah.
players. Yeah. And it's really fun. It gets really chaotic using, I think you could use, is it has in game chat, right? You can see,
Yes. I
yeah.
I love using the end game chat a
I don't
lot.
remember the last time I used it. A lot of times that I play with like my friends, I think when I played with you too, we've usually used like just Discord VC, but
Hmm.
it is fun that they have that option. And then the pings are so funny too, just like spam pinging. Like I love the dialogues that they have. They're really simple,
Yeah.
but like it's really funny.
I think I almost had 1,000 hours in Outlast
Oh my
Trials.
gosh.
Because I used to play it a lot. That used to be my content on my channel, and I'll mention this. Like, I loved the enemies. I love how a lot of love and care that the devs have it for the game itself. So that's why I'm like, I'm having high hopes that they'll change the artwork or like the posters for the environment. I'm hoping that they don't use Gen AI, but again, I see the amount of love that this game has, and also they love their community. This is a community that is very is very loyal to this game in particular. So
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully enough of the community like speaks out about that too, then. So then the game devs are like, okay, this isn't something we should be using.
mhm.
So we like actually get real artists and um, yeah, and listen to people who play the game.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people who play the game are artists themselves too.
Yeah. So I'll mention one of them. So a you know them, but a friend of mine and also a member of the Residents of Horror stream team, Chonkwich, is a huge fan of Outlast Trials, and they've done their art has actually been featured on some of the Red Barrels magazines. I'll probably ask them for like some of their art so I can like insert the photos here, but they have done Outlast Trials artwork, and I'm like, hey, y'all need an artist? Here you go.
Yeah.
So
So many
yeah,
people who like want to help support the game that they love
yeah.
and like
Hmm.
yeah.
That's like who comes into mind for me. I use a lot of PNG for my streams now because I rarely do cams. The Doctor Waffle did a PNG of my Outlast Trials character, which is like my iconic like little pink romper on
Yeah. That
Trials.
one
So
is
that's
so cute. I love that one.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that it's themed to this game and
Hmm. Because
yeah.
that's how much I loved the game a lot. So I'm like a little sad that I had to drop it, but I'm hoping things change.
Yeah,
Hmm.
hopefully they do. Yeah, and then on the just like a quick honorable mention for I just quickly typed that up when you told me about that. I was like, okay,
No, you're
another
good.
game that's like similar, Dead by Daylight. So
Yes.
that one has already been out. It's the 10 years
Hmm.
since the game came out. So they just had a big event where they announced kind of like a roadmap for I think the game. I haven't played as much recently, but it's a game that I like to go back to when they have
Hmm.
events or like with Residents of Horror, other streamer friends are trying to round up a group of people to play. I'll be like,
Put that right there. I'ma fall back when you work that chair. Oh my god.
I'm gonna fall out there back with that chair.
that's okay. Thank you. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's yeah. Let me play. I'm like, I'll re-download it. It's so fun. I used to play it so much when it first came out. I would play for like 8 hours straight and
Yeah.
forget. I'm like, ew. I'm like, I'd forget to eat. I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't eat lunch. Whoops, my bad. Let me
Yeah.
just yeah. And that game is so fun. It's just to play with friends. And I'm like always when I play horror games now, I'm always like, or even like Rivals or something. I'm like, oh, I'm looping them. I just like always quote DVD things. I'm like just
Yeah.
referencing it. I'm like, because the gameplay of that, I'm like, oh, I'm running from the killer, looping the killer, dropped a pallet on him.
Yeah, that's how I was when I played Outlast Trials. If I'm looping one of the prime assets or like just one of the enemies in itself, I'm just like I'm just gonna pull a DVD and I'm just gonna keep looping them. You do whatever you can.
Yep. That's exactly what I do in that game too. I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is DVD now. That game is super fun. And I love that they have a lot of kind of like big name horror
The
in there. So like
franchises, yeah.
they have killers from different movies. Like they have Michael Myers was one of like the first big ones that they had, Freddy Krueger. And then they had like I hate him, but they have Chucky, Child's Play. Uh,
Recently added Jason.
yeah, they have Jason. They have Resident Evil in there
Yeah.
too. I was
Hmm.
like, my main was Jill Valentine. She's not even from DVD, but I was like, I'm gonna main her for this. It's just so
Yeah.
fun.
I know so as of the time of recording, the Lights Out event just is going on right now. And a couple days ago I was playing with Fry Red Queen. And we were playing Lights Out. Since Jason just came in, if y'all don't know what Lights Out is, it's basically all the entire environment is dark and all you have is like a lantern, and you can't see anything. I usually don't run with the lantern because it highlights the pallets and windows and I kind of want to be immersed in the environment, so I put the lantern down and like go in the environment like not seeing anything. And so I'm just there running around trying to find a generator. I walk up to Jason, and again, it's all dark. And so as I'm like walking up or running up, I see Jason's mask like appearing out of like the darkness, and like it got me into like a flashback of my childhood when I used to be scared of Jason in Friday the 13th Part 2 with his
Oh my
hockey mask. And
gosh.
so I started screaming.
Oh no. Yeah, I love that game because like it can be really silly and like we're all laughing and stuff and having a good time. But then there are times where it really does feel like a horror game and you get jump scared by things. I've
Yeah.
like one of the characters that always scares me the most is the Dredge.
Oh, I
It's I
love the
don't even know how to
dredge.
explain it. It's just like this big mass of just like skulls and like I don't know,
Limbs.
goo, black
Yeah.
goo, and just weird a bunch of things. Oh, dolls, I think, and was one of the things too.
The skins,
It's just
yeah.
so gross. And he like pops out of lockers too. So you could be in a locker hiding, and then he just like pops up
Pops
out
up.
with you. And I'm like, oh, that one is terrifying.
The Dredge is one of my favorite killers, just because of like
Really.
he's that scary. Yeah. But yeah, I love Dead by Daylight. That's a good honorable mention. So my number four. I will say this: I've only played the remake of this game. I have some friends, streamer friends that have played this game and played the original, and they still love it. And it's also kind of known as like one of like the best like horror games of all time. So if you've ever asked someone what's like an iconic horror game, they'll say Silent Hill 2. So that's my number four favorite. The original game came out September 25th, 2001. And then I played the remake, which came out October 8th, 2024. And I played that on stream. I heard something. Okay. I just needed to. I knew I heard you! For the first time. Because I've never played a Silent Hill game. I've seen the movie, so I know what Silent Hill. I knew like the basis of Silent Hill because I've seen the
Yeah.
movie, but never like played any of the games. I've had so many recommendations to get the game, so I got it, played it on stream, and I ended up loving the game so much. I wish I had played the original. I guess not understand the remake, but also like enjoy the remake even more than I did playing it. It's so scary. Pyramid Head is in it. I think he's looks okay, y'all. Pyramid Head is in my Hear Me Out cake, and I love I love
Same.
it.
He's there in mine too.
But yeah, you play as James Sutherland, who is trying to find his wife because he got a letter from his wife Mary. Right? No,
Mary, yeah.
yes, Mary. Because
There's
I
Mary
get
and then
Mary.
there's a Maria.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
And so he goes to Silent Hill, which is apparently a spot that him and his wife used to go to a lot. Goes throughout the horrors of Silent Hill. So you have I'm trying to remember what I think I call it the other side. I don't remember what the actual term is. So there's like the real world and then the other side, which is like the other side is supposed to show like your deepest, like your darkest thoughts, like what you're thinking, and a lot of your iterations of your darkest thoughts kind of come to mind. So it has a lot of themes of like, I say woman based because a lot of the enemies are like women figures, and in my opinion it's kind of like how he portrays women in real life or in real time. Like the atmosphere is very beautiful. The stories is amazing. Even like the endings, there's different endings, and I ended up getting the regular ending. I've had friends who got the in water ending, which is like a really sad ending. I've seen people get the Maria ending. I don't know. Did you play Silent Hill?
I played the remake on stream. I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember what ending I got. The ending I got, I think James leaves with what's her name? The child. I
Yeah.
can't remember her name. I keep wanting to say Sherry, but I think Sherry's from Resident Evil. But I think they left, and I don't remember what ending that was called.
I think that's the regular ending. I don't know what it's called
Okay,
either.
yeah.
But I got that ending too. I don't know how to get the other endings. I know one of them is that you have to look at a knife or like at the knife that you're given to by one of the characters each chapter.
Okay.
And then I don't know how to get the Maria ending.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't either.
but yeah, it's such a beautiful story. He does meet a woman that looks just like his wife named Maria. The interactions between him and Maria are actually really like really nice, but also kind of eerie, especially towards the end where it's like, oh, like this poor woman is jealous of his, spoiler alert, dead wife. A lot of it is like just coping at the fact that like he's the one that essentially kills his wife because he's just
Mhm.
tired of taking care of his sick wife.
Yeah, and so I think Maria was kind of like a representation of like his like frustrations
Mm-hmm.
of like coping with Maria being sick and stuff. So like
Yeah.
Maria is very like I think she's a little more like sexualized too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean I think they even have her like there's the strip club. I think that she
Yeah.
supposedly like works at, but I mean she's not like a real like person. She's a yeah, another version of like Mary that like James has like of all the things that are he's going through. Um that and
It's like
then
a
Maria.
quote unquote better version of Mary. I think the one things I do like I've caught on with like Silent Hill games, and I'll mention another game later on in the list, is that a lot of it has to just deal with like how you cope with going back to coping with trauma, kind of combating with your deep like your dark thoughts. And I think that's why I really love these games in general, at least with the games itself, how it has like a deep like a really deep meaning behind it. The movies, I don't really get that because I feel
Yeah.
like the movies are just different, but the game is like the games are pretty good. So yeah, I do like Silent Hill, but I put it as the remake, so that's my four.
That one actually makes my list somewhere. So I'll talk more a little about when I get to it. But yeah, no, that one is
Yeah,
really good. I really love that one. And it's cool
yeah,
too that there's different characters you meet throughout the whole thing too. So you
hmm,
I mean they're there also for things that like they're dealing with like trauma and grief. So you get to see like other people's stories too. And then also how they're affected by I keep wanting to say the upside down, but the fog. I don't mean it's not
yeah,
the fog, but like yeah, when the world changes in Silent Hill and it's
yeah.
all scary
I call
and
it the
monster.
other side because I don't remember the term for it.
Yeah, I know there's probably a something. I'm like, ooh. So for my number three, I chose Resident Evil 3, the
Yes,
remake, because I haven't played the OGs, and so that's where Carlos, the shirt,
yes,
comes from. So yeah, Resident Evil 3. I yeah, haven't played the OG. I was doing a whole gameplay of all the remakes on stream because I wanted to play them for the first time.
hmm.
Um, and this game came out in, at least the remake, in 2020, which actually surprising. Maybe that's,
I
yeah,
thought it came out.
that's what Steam says. But I'm like, I don't know if that came out.
Wow, I thought it came out in like 2022.
Yeah, so yeah, the original one came out like in September 2022,
Mhm.
1999. I was like a year old, about.
I was
Um,
three, I think.
Dang. Yeah, so that game came out then. It's called Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Um,
Yes.
yeah, and then the remake is just Resident Evil 3. That one came out April 2nd, 2020. Dang, I'm like, why did I play that during the pandemic. I guess I wasn't really super into like horror games back then. I was playing Animal Crossing, New
Yeah.
Horizons. I was on my Switch playing cozy games. I thought I was gonna be a cozy streamer at that point. Like whenever
Yeah.
I like had a space, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a cozy streamer. That didn't work. But this game, you play as Jill Valentine for the most part. There is
Mhm.
like a switch with the characters throughout, but you're playing as Jill Valentine, and this is after the events of Resident Evil One, where you also play as Jill Valentine and Chris. Totally blanking on Chris's last name, but
Redfield.
Redfield, that's right. And his sister is, yeah, Claire Redfield. She's in Raccoon City, and she's dealing with the stuff post RE1
Mhm.
with the mansion. And this is where our villain, or one of our enemies, Nemesis, pops in. And he, like, from the start is just like, after her. He's on a mission to kill Jill. And like throughout the whole thing, you're fighting for your life as the
Yeah.
baddie you are. I'm like losing my voice too.
It's like you're going to thirst over Carlos. It's
I
fine.
know. It's like, girl, you're thirsty. Get some water. Yeah, but this game is super fun. I love all of, like the cheesy lines. All the Resident Evil games, they always have like such cheesy lines for every character.
Yeah.
Carlos has a lot of them. You go to RPD, I think, too, and like that's one of like the iconic
Mhm.
lines. It says has the welcome home or like welcome Leon,
Yeah.
um, because like Leon's first day. I believe that these events start the events of RE2 also, right? Is like
Yes.
ongoing.
Mhm.
Yeah, so RE2 is Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield. In RE3, you have Jill Valentine and Carlos. Yeah, this man. Uh, but yeah, that game is super fun. I love that I feel like every game they have the sewers in there. That's always super creepy to me. You're having to like run around the sewers, the nasty sewage water. And I'm trying to remember like all the things that go on in it, but this one definitely was my favorite. I think because for me, when games are really long, sometimes I like start, maybe it's the ADHD. I start to not
Mhm.
get bored, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like start struggling with it. And this one I felt like was a good length. It was a little bit shorter, but there was still a lot of action in it. I do need to replay it a few times. And
Mhm.
definitely the OG once I get back to it. Yeah, this one, yeah, is a lot shorter than like Resident Evil 2, which is a little bit longer. Also, I feel like RE9 is pretty long. I still haven't finished that one.
It was pretty long. I thought
Yeah.
there was like some points in RE9 that I'm like, okay, are we at the end? And it was not the end.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I definitely am not close to the end on that one.
No, I think the last time I watched you, I don't think you were.
Oh shit. Oh my god, I suck. What the heck? Okay, well, I guess I used an item like I needed. Oh shit. I had the wrong fucking gun. I had the wrong fucking gun out. No, I will start getting back to streaming and I'll finish that at some point. But that game I think is my favorite overall because it has two of my favorite characters, Jill Valentine and Carlos. They're like my favorite duo. I love that. I don't know. When I first started playing it, I was like, of course, shipping them together. I was like, I want them to be together. But everybody's like, nah, Jill's our bi baddie, or like, um, or maybe they said she's just lesbian. I don't know. But everybody's like, nah, they're not. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. I could have Carlos and
I
Jill.
know. Jill might be my number two out of like the Resident Evil baddies. Number one is Ada. I love Ada Wong.
Yes,
I don't know what it is about Resident Evil, but Resident Evil has some like great baddies
they do.
in
And
the
then they all have the
games.
Bob. I don't know
Hmm.
what's up with the Bob and with all the characters. Honestly, it seems more efficient though with running around all the zombies, doing all those
Yeah,
dodges, and
the main girl in Resident Evil 9. I can't think of her name, but yeah, she also has a bob.
is it Chloe?
You
No,
know, no.
Grace. It's Grace.
Grace, there you go. I know. I'm like, it's a simple like
I'm like,
name. Can't think of it. Because I think even Mia had a bob. No, she had long hair.
she had a little bit longer hair, but
Yeah,
I guess Claire she has a ponytail.
she has a pony, but it's still pretty short.
Yeah,
Short hair in Apocalypse. They make sense.
it's the move. Yeah, honestly,
It is a
because the
move.
zombies can't grab you. They can't snatch your ponytail, your braid. I'd still be rocking those braids though.
Yeah, same.
All indigenous, all deadly, with my beaded earrings.
Right? Oh my god, that kind of reminds me of like the Last of Us TV show where they stumble upon this like elderly indigenous couple and she had like this big old anti earrings and I'm just like I know
Gosh.
she's beating during the zombie apocalypse.
Honestly, I would be too. Wait, is that the
Yes.
second? Is that like
uh,
last
No, it's
season.
actually in the TV show. It's not in the game.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it the
these
newest
characters.
season?
No, the
The
first season
first
with.
season.
Yeah, it's in the first season.
What the heck? My memory's bad. Dang, I'm like, I probably did see that part though, but
Yeah, I'll
honestly,
probably
that'd
like
be
implement like pictures because
yeah.
the auntie was pretty iconic.
Oh my gosh. Actually thinking about like I'm like, oh yeah, I'll have the braid or I'll have the beaded earrings. We should do an episode where we create our or maybe just make like a graphic or something, make our apocalypse fit what we would be
Oh,
like.
right.
Because I love looking like Ada, she's serving face, she's wearing heels,
I
she's wearing like a
know.
bodycon dress, and then I'm like, ooh, what would I wear in the apocalypse?
Yeah, I probably wear like sweatpants and a t-shirt. My hair's braided, and maybe some big earrings.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I guess practically. Because I'm like, there's no way they're doing all this stuff. She's like zip lining with the freaking stilettos. Maybe I'll make something where I'm
I
like,
know.
my baddie like if I'm like
Baddie
being like,
persona. Yeah,
yes. And then where I'm like,
IRL.
okay, let me be practical. Like, what would I actually wear? What was your number three?
I have an indie game that I played 3 years ago. I've played it 3 times already on stream because I love this game so much. It is called Bramble the Mountain King. It's a game developed by Dimfrost Studio, and it is a very beautiful, kind of like folklore horror game. I'm trying to remember what like the stories were based off of, but it's either Nordic or Celtic folklore
Yeah.
stories. And it's again very beautiful game. If anybody has played like Inside, Limbo, or Little Nightmares, it's kind of like those that style of game, but it's the environment's a little bit different. You play as like a little boy who is trying to find his sister who got taken by a troll back to a castle made of bramble. And throughout your journey, you have to kind of fight and survive your way through different monsters, again, different folklore monsters. So, anybody that has played the demo, the most kind of iconic monster of that game is this like swamp man monster who's playing like a
Like a
violin.
violin. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to like avoid hearing the music because the music will. Best way I can describe this like swamp monster man is like the Pied Piper, where it's like if you listen to the music, like you kind of get entranced by it. But his story is basically he kind of killed an entire town. I don't remember the reason why, like his reasoning behind killing this entire town by just playing music, and these like townsfolk who were just nonstop dancing.
I have a clip of me. I'll have to send these for this one. I remember like the sound wave or whatever, like it hit,
Yeah.
like tsunami thing just like hits you. I remember it hit me. I was trying to jump and it like launched me into the freaking rock. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, Ollie, no. Or Ole.
No.
They need to put some clothes on though. There's children. I mean, no.
Yeah, like some of the deaths, I'm just like this poor little kid because
I had a deck
you
counter. I
literally
was like,
yeah you play like I don't want to say he's probably 8 or 9 because he's so little.
he's a baby.
He is, but yeah, that's like one of the more iconic monsters. The monster that's like the poster that's on the poster of the game is like a witch monster, essentially a woman who lures out men in the forest and like kills them. And I really like her design too. Like the environment, the designs of this game is very beautiful. I absolutely love the game. I'll probably play it again because I feel like ever since I started streaming like consistently since 2022, and this game came out 2023. It's kind of like an annual game I'll play on my channel. I love the music score. I actually bought the music on Steam because I love the game so much. I played the last song that's in the last boss where it's like you play you're against
Oh,
the Mountain King.
yeah.
So I played that song when I used to be in my college band. Like it's an iconic song. I'll probably like play the song in here, but
I love that song.
yeah, me too. And I like started freaking out because I'm just like, I know this song, I know the beat, and so I have to follow the beat. So like, because we're both music nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're both in
So
band.
yeah, we were both in band, and so like I feel like my music instincts kind of kicked in, and I started like playing my play style for that last boss started like to sync up with the songs. The way that the last battle goes is that you kind of have to avoid the guy hitting the ground, and like swiping with his sword. It's like very like music based on that last one.
One more, you guys. One, two, one more. Yes.
Gamble weakened.
It's really fun. It's a really fun game.
Yeah, that game. Actually, I totally forgot about that because when I was thinking of my list, I was like, what games have I played? I was looking at Steam and just like trying to remind myself. I played that on Switch, which was really fun. That was like my first time like doing game capture.
Ooh,
It's
yeah.
really fun because it's a story game. It's kind of cozy. You can just like I was kind of just like chilling back with my little Switch Joy Cons. But
Hmm.
that one's one of my honorable mentions for my top games. But yeah, I remember that last scene. I'm so hyped for this song right now. The
Yeah, me
band
too.
geek in me is like freaking out. And then I was like, but I'm
Yeah,
stressed out because this I think I died a couple times just because I was like, oh my gosh, this is so intense right now. And the music like gets like faster
yeah.
and like it's so good. That game is like one of the best games I've ever played.
Yeah, I loved it so much. It was in my number two for quite a while up until my number one came out. But yeah, I love that game so much.
Dang, reminds me, I need to play. I will have to replay that also.
Yeah, again, like I might replay it again later, like this year. But God, I can't. If y'all want to support like an indie studio, like that game in particular, I highly recommend playing that game. So we're
Okay.
kind of getting close. What
Oh
is your
yeah,
number
number
two?
two. Okay. So number two, I wasn't fully sure. I think it counts as horror. Or it's like a genre of horror. Alice Madness Returns is my number two.
Yes, I count that
That
as
counts?
horror.
Okay. Because I'm like, it's creepy. There's like it's not like jump scary, but there's a lot of
Hmm.
horror elements in there with the characters, like game design. This is the second game by American McGee. So he's a game developer. His original one was American McGee's Alice. I played after I played Alice Madness Returns because I think I got like a download code. I probably got this game when I was in high school. I couldn't buy it because I was not old enough to buy it
Yeah.
because it was rated M and you had to be 17 and I didn't have a license yet or something. Or I wouldn't, I don't think I was 17. My mom like went out of her way to like call different Game Stops for me and find it. And then she found one like maybe like 30 minutes away. And then she placed the order and then we went and picked it up. And I was like the happiest person ever for that video game because I was like, oh my gosh, it's like Alice in Wonderland's like one of my favorite fantasy stories. I grew up loving the movie, the Disney movie, and then when they did the live actions. So when I saw this game, I watched a full playthrough on YouTube, and then I was like, I want that game. So you play as Alice Liddell.
Hmm.
This one's like way darker. Her family burned in a house fire and she doesn't like recall like anything and so she gets blamed for it. She gets put into an asylum, or I think like a children's home,
Hmm.
home for like orphans. And
Yeah.
then yeah, she has a therapist there, and he's like helping her, trying to like recover from her grief and her trauma from that incident of losing her family. She still struggling with some things and ends up back in Wonderland. And also, this is like continuation of the first game, Alice.
Yeah.
So there's some things that are connected to that, and then you just progress through Wonderland, but it's getting like worse and worse and it's slowly deteriorating and you find other characters in there like the Mad Hatter and there's different like lands in there too. So there's like the Mad Hatter
Yeah.
land and you fight little like enemies there. Then you go to like the Queen of Hearts and her area too and she's one of the bosses that you have to fight. And there's different enemies throughout the different lands so they have like different appearances and your costume changes too. Like when you're in the Mad Hatter area it's like steampunk and
Oh
the
wow.
fit is
Okay.
really
Yeah.
it's yeah I'll have to put pictures of like all the different things because I
Hmm.
want to cosplay them so bad. Kevin showed me there was like a digital copy of like the artwork book and I
Hmm.
haven't looked through it all the way through but like you see like the character design from like the start when they were developing all the artwork and the characters and the environment and it's
Hmm.
so cool and they have all those different skins and then there's also like I'm trying to remember but there's like the underwater part too with the I can't remember his name but he's like a carpenter kind of dude. It's from the original story of Alice in Wonderland.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but there's that, and there's like the oysters. Yeah, I think they're the oysters. Yeah, but it's like it's really dark, but it's also like
yeah.
really pretty, and like it's a dark twist on a story that I really like. And I know the
Yeah.
original story, like with a lot of like folklore, is creepy and like
Yeah.
there's like darker meanings to them. But the thing I grew up with, I'm like, yeah, this is like a dark spin on it even more,
Hmm.
and it's super fun. I haven't been able to play it again because Steam doesn't let me play it. I'll start it and
Yeah.
then it crashes. But I think Kevin actually
Yeah.
was he started it, was able to get the game to work, and he was playing for the
Oh,
first time a
wow.
little bit. Yeah. I need to
Yeah.
make him play it again so I can see it and relive
Yes.
it.
Oh my god, that kind of took me back to like high school because I think I was also trying to get my parents to like buy that game in particular, and they didn't want to.
Oh, I know we're
Yeah.
like totally we're young. We're youngins. We're like, yeah, our parents had to buy this game. That was
Yeah. Oh my god, because it took a lot. So this is not horror related. It took a lot for me to convince my parents to like get me Assassin's Creed.
those games are cool. I haven't played them much, but those ones are
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, my sister is currently like playing through the entire series right now and trying 100% the stories.
Dang.
So yeah.
That's commitment.
Right, right. I know there's a lot of them, but yeah. That like was it Alice Madness Returns is like one of the games that I remember trying to get, and I wasn't allowed to play.
Oh, have
Yeah,
you played it though
I
at all
haven't
yet?
yet. I've seen. I think I remember. Like I think it was you that was streaming it right for a bit,
I
and
was
then
going
yeah,
to, and
yeah.
then I had a stream set. I was wearing my Alice in Wonderland like crew neck. I was all
Hmm.
hyped, and then the game wasn't working. That was
Oh
like one of
God.
my saddest streams.
So that was your two, right?
Number two, yeah.
Okay, so my two is it's by EA. It is Dead Space, and I played. Funny enough, it was like one of the few games that that my parents didn't get me, but my uncle did. Shout out to my uncle. Yeah, Dead Space. It came out on October 13th, 2008. I played it in high school though. So like 2013, 2014 is when I played it. I played the remake on stream when I first started like streaming on my PC. That came out January 27th, 2023. I that was like a day one purchase for me, and I played it streamed it. So essentially, you play as Isaac. You are essentially kind of like a rescue ship. Like you are on a rescue mission to find out what happened to this big ship called the Ishimura. What happened to the passengers on there? So the Ishimura is a ship that is meant to gather resources for Earth. You're the rescue ship to figure out what happened to the ship and why it went quiet. And so when you arrive on the ship, shit hits the fan immediately because you're met with the monsters there. Try the necromorphs. I think they were called necromorphs. It's been a while since I played it. Essentially, these creatures kind of feed on you, and then you turn into one of them. So, in a sense, it's like a alien slash zombie game. I remember it being like one of the first horror games that scared me when I was in high school because like I remember my sister and I we were trying to play through it and we got so scared because we couldn't play through a certain part because they would just kind of lay there on the floor. The necromorphs would lay there on the floor, and if you walk by them, they'll pop out immediately. They would pop out, and that would scare the shit out of me. It was like one of the few horror games that scared the shit out of me, like genuinely did. I'm always like on alert. I remember the last time I played it, I was on alert and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna shoot you down and you better stay dead. But yeah, you're also trying to find, again, another game where you're trying to find your wife. So you're trying to find your
The
wife who's a
reoccurring theme.
right. So you're trying to find your wife who's a scientist on this particular ship. So that's why Isaac is trying to take up like this particular mission to find his wife. Spoiler alert, she ends up killing herself because she doesn't want to deal with the ongoing massacre of the like necromorphs invasion in the ship. So I don't remember how many people were on the ship because it's like a really, really big ship. It is a very scary game. I really loved it. The original game, Isaac doesn't talk at all. Like, so you're kind of like you're kind of hearing the conversations here and there. When the remake came out, I didn't see any of like the trailers or anything for the remake. I just kind of like bought the game because I loved it so much. I ended up playing the remake. I was kind of thrown off that Isaac was talking. I'm just like, oh, wait, he's talking in this game because he talks in Dead Space 2 and 3. Also recommend playing the game. I just hope y'all are okay with a lot of gore because it is a lot of gore in this game.
Oh,
And I know you're not a fan of gore either.
so I'm weird with gore. I don't like movie gore or like real,
Yeah.
like, yeah, shows or movies, but video games, I'm okay with for some reason. Like Outlast Trials, there's
Yeah.
so much gore. And when I play it, I'm like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's I don't know if it's because it's like very like it's not like realistic looking, I guess.
Yeah,
But maybe
that's
I'll be able to
true.
play the Saw games because I think they're coming out with those, right?
Yeah, the Saw Genesis is. I have my beef with Saw
Oh,
Genesis
is there
because
beef with it? Oh.
but personal beef for me
Oh,
because
okay.
that is when my like was a like loyalist to Outlast Trials, and I'm just like, this is
Oh.
basically Outlast
Oh,
Trials.
okay.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to try it because you there's like it's another asymmetrical game like Dead by Daylight
Oh.
where it's like one person that controls the saw traps and then three people trying to get out of the
Whoa.
games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be able to do that because I hate those movies. I can't stand watching them. They make me feel
Hmm.
so gross. And but maybe I'll have to try the game out.
Yes.
And Dead Space, I haven't played. I do have it in my Steam library, like a
Hmm.
lot of games that I have not played. But yeah, a lot of people have recommended that one to me. So I
Hmm.
will have to play that on stream whenever I
Yeah.
stream because
Yeah.
it looks scary.
It is. I've seen a lot of like our mutual streamer friends play it, and I like just like watching their reactions on like how they play the game. I was thinking, funny enough, I was like thinking about replaying this game in particular because I played this when I first started streaming on my PC, where I had like maybe one or two viewers and no one really watching. So I'm like, since I have like a little bit more of a viewership, I was thinking about like replaying it, and I really love the game.
Does you
Do
want
you
to
want?
do honorable mentions before we get into our
I was
little?
actually just gonna ask that. Yeah, we could
Yeah,
do honorable mentions. I think I have one.
I have technically three, but we already talked about one of them. But just so yeah, I mentioned because I totally forgot about Bramble the Mountain King. That is one that like I definitely love and want to replay at some point. And I've
Hmm.
only played it once, but I'm like that one like really left like an impression on me with the soundtrack, the environment, the art,
Hmm.
and just the whole story too. And the gameplay was really good too. Like it was challenging enough, but it
Hmm.
wasn't so tricky that I was like wanting to give up. I was like, no, this is something I could do. I was like,
Yeah.
it's just like everything's intense and I'm just like a little stressed because of it. But I'm like, I know I got this. I'm like, we're gonna get Ole out of here. He's gonna find his
Yeah.
sister. Like a lot. And then oh my god, our first death. Whoops. Fuck. Our second death. Oh shit. Okay, no. Wait, should we make a death counter for this? Okay, okay. I'm gonna do it right this time. Fuck. No, stop. 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 Why? Why does he keep falling? I love that game so much.
Yeah, I loved it too. It's such a good game. I think I remember struggling with one of the enemies, which is the ones with the rats, and he has a rake. That guy scared me so
Oh, yeah.
much. But yeah, I struggled with that one. I think I died a lot with his boss battle. But yeah, it's such a beautiful game. I love it.
Mhm.
I think my honorable mention. So I want to mention it's technically two because you've mentioned Dead by Daylight as your honorable mention. But yeah, I want to mention Dead by Daylight too. I would love to do a future Dead by Daylight episode where we can probably like I don't know how like it would work, but like I want to do a Dead by Daylight episode. Don't know how we're
That'd
gonna
be
go about
fun.
it. Yeah,
We should.
but yeah, I feel like it's one of like the only, in my opinion, like a really great asymmetrical horror game when it's like 1v4. I feel like it's just because it has such a strong fan base and a lot of like, in my opinion, this is my opinion. Now I feel like the developers are starting to listen to the community, like within like maybe the past like 2 or 3 years. Because I played the game since like 2017, 2018. Whenever Jane came out, like Jane and the Plague came out, because I started playing when she came out. We mentioned this in a couple episodes ago, where representation does matter when it comes to games, especially like
Mhm.
big name games that constantly add characters. And I feel like Dead by Daylight is one of them. And it was really nice seeing someone like Jane in the game that kind of drew me into the game. And because like Jane is a Latina baddie. Like I love her. She is like if you've ever seen her lore, she is a journalist and like a hardworking journalist too. Like her backstory is pretty sad too, but like her being like a baddie, like working hard, trying to make it out, like make her name like well known in the world. And then she gets sucked into the entity basically sucks her into like the current Dead by Daylight space. So it was really nice to see her. And I feel like what kept me going is to see like Shane. Wigwas in the game, which I'm just like, those are like my two identities there. Like, we got a Latina girl, drew me in, and what kept me going is was Shane, which is an indigenous character, the newest indigenous character, I should say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love the representation of the game a lot.
Yeah, I feel like they have started doing a lot more with the characters. There's a lot more diversity in the game, which is really
Hmm.
cool to see. And yeah, I haven't played as much recently, but I did get Shane, so I was able to get a code for him thanks to Angie. So I
Yeah.
was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I need to get into the game again so I can play and represent
Hmm.
Shane. Yeah, that's a game that's a really good one. It's just always
Yeah.
something that's fun to go back to, and you can play with friends and get a group
Yeah.
together.
Oh yeah, I love doing a Swift, which is a thing called like survive with your friends. But it's like a well known term in the Dead by Daylight community, and I've always played with like our indigenous friends. I mostly play with Princess and Frybread Queen, which those are, we call ourselves the Sacred Chonies.
I was so seeing y'all's like the themes y'all do, the combos. What is
Yeah.
it? Is it Dwight with the chonies?
Oh, it's Ace. Ace with
Oh,
the
Ace.
leopard. So we do, and I'll post a picture of us with the fit. It's our Twitch shirts. Like you and I have Twitch shirts
Mhm.
and the charm. It's the Twitch shirts with the leopard print underwear that he wears, and that's what we run. That's what we run
It's such
around
a
with.
good combo.
Yeah. So anytime that we collaborate, that's what we're wearing.
Watching broken trees turn in and out of the beams of a neon moon. Watching broken trees turn out of the beams. Oh God. Of a neon moon.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody has ran into y'all. If
I
anybody's been like, wait, hold up.
probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, I do have one more honorable mention. Little Nightmares.
Oh
That whole
yeah.
series. I didn't
Yes.
love the newest one as
I have
much.
I didn't finish it and I didn't like it
Yeah,
either.
it was a bummer because I was so excited. I played with my friend Miss Laughter,
Mhm.
and we streamed it together. Or she streamed, but because I wasn't able to stream at the time, we played it on her stream, and it was fun being able to actually play that game together. Though, because that's like one of
Yeah.
my favorite game series. I can't believe I didn't include it in my top 5, but it's here now. But that game
Yeah.
is just so good because it's also like, oh, we have a
Oh,
guest. I
hello,
think
Dario.
she's doing her strike. Okay, she just laid down. I'm like, there she
Hi,
is.
baby.
There's
Oh my
Naru.
god.
Okay, she's just gonna stay right there, I guess. But yeah, I love how it's like cute, kind of like but also like very creepy, and like the story is really dark though.
It
And I'm just
is,
like,
yeah.
I love a cute, creepy combo.
Yeah.
It's so fun. The soundtrack in the games, I be humming the theme at the very end of the game. It's yeah, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but if you play the games, you know it's
Yeah.
yeah, that soundtrack just gets stuck in my head, and I'll be humming it for like hours.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to finish Little Nightmares 3 and I don't think I will cuz I don't know. I wasn't a fan. So I played with Vincible, which is another like indigenous streamer that we both know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what part we ended up off of, but I just remember it took us 30 minutes to get around an enemy because we were trying to figure out how to maneuver around
Oh, okay.
move and maneuver around them without alerting them. And I just remember we were both getting frustrated, not at each other, but like with with what to
Situation,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, because we were just like, damn, that took 30 minutes. Okay, we're ending stream. Because
Oh my
we were
gosh.
playing it from the beginning up until that point, and we were just like, we're probably close to the end of the game. And we were like, we'll eventually come back to it. And we never went back to it. So yeah.
Oh, I do remember there was yeah some parts I think me and the softer were like really stuck on,
Hmm.
and then also I was having because I was living with family at the time, so there was a lot
Hmm.
of us in the house,
Hmm.
and the internet was not the best. I was on the res Wi-Fi,
Oh, yeah.
and then my cousin games, and then my other little cousin he's always on like something too, and it was
Yeah.
everybody's watching TV, and so I kept disconnecting from our lobby in the game. I was like,
Yeah.
no. So there was a couple streams where I was like, damn, there's like too many people on the internet right now. I was like, I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
can't play. But the ending, I was really sad though. I think, but I think I did like how. I mean, I wasn't happy with the ending, but I was like,
Hmm.
dang, I think the story was good. It's just I
Yeah.
think it wasn't as like fleshed out. I wanted it to be, you know.
I don't mind when games kind of like reference back to the original. Like, so, like, I guess you could say, like, Little Nightmares 3 had too many references to the original game. And I'm just like, I wanted something new, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the second game, like, I mean, there was probably like little references and stuff, but like,
Hmm.
it wasn't solely focused on that. There was the character from the first game in there
Yeah.
with, and then with the new character, but it didn't
Hmm.
feel like it was trying to like, be like, oh hey, look, this is the first game.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Yeah.
more honorable mentions, or are you ready for the number one?
I have one, and it's Resident Evil 2, the remake. I love the story. I love the introduction of
Leon.
uh Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield. I played both. I haven't played Claire's story on stream though. Eventually I do have to go back and play her story. I love the different perspectives on what's going on within Raccoon City with Leon's perspective, and then also kind of like crossing into Claire's. The enemies are pretty scary. I love Sherry. That's an introduction to Sherry because I think she's like super cute in that game. I love her, but also like super sad because her parents her parents are fuck asses.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
child.
I
Y'all are doing
know.
this dumb stuff over here.
When people like say, think of Resident Evil, I feel like they kind of reference a lot of to Resident Evil 2 than the first game, but I would love to go back to the first game, see if which one I actually do love better.
Yeah.
But right now, it's like Resident Evil 2 would have to be my honorable mention for that one.
Oh yeah, you should definitely go back to. I need to go back to RE1 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I played the remake for that one, which I
Hmm.
know was like, but it was like an older version still. They remade
Yeah.
it like, was it also the 90? No, it was the 2000, early 2000s.
2000s. I think it was early 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like that's pretty old for now for like remake. So I'm like, there was still like the freaking camera, fixed cameras, and I was like, oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
struggling, but I got through. So my top horror game was actually mentioned earlier. So Silent Hill 2 is my top horror game.
Oh, that's so
This
funny.
Yeah, so this one, it's the OG in remake. I'm like, I can't decide because I grew up watching my mom and dad play games a lot and like on like PlayStation and Xbox. And this was
Hmm.
a game that I remember seeing my mom play a lot when I was younger, like Silent Hill 2
Hmm.
on the PlayStation. And I just remember having like memories of seeing the game. So like I kind of like had an idea of what was going on and just knew it was really scary. And then in high school, I got a PlayStation 2 for one of my birthdays, and my uncle got me Silent Hill 2 for
Oh, wow.
and so tried to play. I had Kingdom Hearts also, so I had two different,
Hmm.
totally opposite style of games. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna play Silent Hill 2 and try to beat it. It took me a whole year, like, to beat that game because I was so scared.
Yeah.
I had to play like in little increments, and I guess I finally beat it. And I remember I think I got a similar ending to what I got when I did the remake,
Hmm.
if I remember correctly. But I just remember being so relieved that I beat that game. I was like, I'm never playing this game ever again. I was like, this was terrible. It took me a whole year to beat this,
Yeah.
and I was scared. And I would play with like lights off and stuff too. I think I shared a room with my sister too at the time, so I don't remember she was in there. She was me and her 8 years apart, so like I don't. She was little. I don't remember she like would be there watching because we all grew up watching scary stuff. And when they announced the remake, I was so excited. I was like, wait. I was like, I need to play this because
Yeah.
that was like one of the first horror games I played, I think, ever.
Hmm.
And I was so hyped. And then I replayed it on stream, and there was a lot of funny moments. There's a lot of frustration because as a girl who loves horror games, I hate
Yeah.
puzzles, and a lot of horror games have puzzles, and I will get
Yeah.
so frustrated. I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Resident Evil, Silent Hill, everything has freaking puzzles, even like indie games. And I'm like, I don't know, I do this myself. I get so stressed out, but I'm like, also I love it at the same time. There's some funny clips from that one, getting jumped
Yeah.
by the monster, because they'd be like hiding behind like a wall, and I'm like, girl, I can see you, or like a bookshelf, and it's like really open. I'm like, girl, I can see you, and they still scare me. Ah! Get your coochie out of my face! What the fuck?
It's like that meme where it's like a guy hiding behind a tree And it's like you could see him.
Yeah, he's like me hiding behind this mic. Like, hey,
Oh god, Silent Hill 2, I'm really glad that I played the remake, but oh man, I regret not playing those games when I was like younger, but just experiencing the remake for the first time and how scary it was, how beautiful it was, and even the puzzles. I played on the easiest setting cuz I'm really bad at puzzles, and I was still there was like a couple of them where I was struggling, and I'm like, I'm just going to look it up, and I looked it up and I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh, why didn't I think of
I know. I looked up a few. Like, I hate looking up puzzles. I'm like, I refuse. I will be stubborn. But then at some point, like when I'm streaming, I'm like, okay, well, everybody's sitting here waiting for me to get
Yeah.
this done too. And I'm like, okay, I can do it. Or I'll ask for help too. Like with Resident Evil, like one of my community
Mhm.
members is like a huge RE fan.
Mhm.
And so like I'd be like, hey, okay, I need help.
Yeah, I think there was the roach room that I was having issues trying to find because you were supposed to like find numbers, and I'm like, I don't know what number I'm trying to find.
Mhm.
That one I had to look up, and then there was like one with a music box. I think it's like you're trying to like. There's these like mechanics where it's like they're spinning in a certain like number or like a
Mhm.
certain like sequence, and you're
Yeah.
trying to figure out where to place these like little like music box things.
Mhm.
But yeah, that one was pretty like I was struggling with that one too. I was also struggling with my number one. As in like puzzle wise, I was struggling with this
Oh,
one. So
okay.
so my number one is funny enough, is a Silent Hill game.
Oh,
It's Silent Hill F.
yes. Oh, I love that game.
I am such a sucker for any like Japanese horror. Call me a weeb all you want. I love anything that's like Japanese horror. When they came out, made an announcement about having another Silent Hill game being in like Japan, I was very excited because as much as I love their iteration of like Silent Hill 2 being in a place in America, I was curious to see how they would fit like the Silent Hill like story within like a completely different area other than America's. You definitely see folklore and tales within like the Japanese setting, and as well as like how women were treated in Japanese society. So a lot of the themes of this game is basically how women were portrayed in society in a Japanese setting. And so a lot of it was like you can't say anything because the man runs the household. Anybody that is seen like with multiple men as their partners are seen like differently. And so that's like kind of seen in like the monsters of that game. So there's like the women that are like spinning around with blades is seen as like the iteration of women that are like kind of a little bit more promiscuous. There is I call this guy like do you want to hug guy, where he goes up to Hinako, which is our main character, and like grabs her, and he is like throwing up on her. And so, like, that's an iteration of like an unfortunate common thing that happens in Japanese society where men are very, very like creepy towards women and young girls. The main bosses and monsters are iterations of her friends. And so we have one friend who is like not wanting Hinako to leave or leave her side. We have another friend who's jealous of Hinako because she's best friends with Shu, which is which is Rin's crush, and so we hear what she's saying about Hinako, like how like she's not girly enough for Shu, why Shu's hanging out with her, like she's not pretty. Like we're seeing like the journal, like the notes about Hinako on I think her name's Reen's perspective, and then we see her monster iteration where she's talking about how jealous she is of Hinako, and then we have I didn't get this ending. We have Shu's perspective where he doesn't want Hinako to leave, kind of like similar to her first friend, which is the first boss. I can't remember the first friend's name, but I do feel bad for that friend in particular. Shu is basically like his iteration is like, I don't want Hinako to leave because she needs help. Like the thought of a guy saying, like, oh, my friend needs help because she only relies on me, kind of thing, if that makes sense. If it's like a guy girl like dynamic, and it's always like the guy is like always the one that's stepping up to help kind of thing, or like has to be there to like protect his friend, and she doesn't want that. The final boss being herself, which is um, her iteration of how a good wife is. And I say Hinako is a high school girl. At least you play as high school girl Hinako. But the ending is a very different term because you end up finding out that Hinako's in her 20s. Wait, have you played it?
Yeah, I've played it. I only played
Okay.
through once, so I know like it was encouraged to play through more than once, so you get like
Hmm.
more context of the story. But I have not done that yet. So
Okay, I had to
yeah.
like pause myself before
Oh
I
no, you're
say like the
good.
whole ending. But yeah, like it turns out that Hina goes in her 20s marrying a man. She ends up going on like kind of a psychotic break, but because she's taking these pills that are trying to calm her down, or like she's relying on these red pills to calm her down, and she ends up having kind of a psychotic break and I believe she ends up murdering her dad, her mom, and I think her sister, her older
It was her,
sister.
yeah, because you see her sister throughout, like, or you kind of see her sister like throughout, leaving like notes and warnings to her.
Mhm.
You don't really know what happened to the sister. You assume that like something bad happened to her, or maybe she moved away, or maybe she did die or something, but you don't know for sure until the end.
Yeah, and this game again, like the Silent Hill games have really deep like meanings behind their stories, and this one is just basically how Hinako as a high school girl is maneuvering around society and how she's expected to marry into a very rich family or like a very well-off family because we see that her parents aren't doing great. Her dad, I believe, is a failing fisherman,
Yeah, and
and yeah, and her mom is kind of just like not vocalizing her issues about her dad because her dad is an alcoholic and abusive towards Hinako's older sister and herself. So,
I think the dad was really
um,
into like, wasn't he really into gambling too?
mhm.
He gambled away a lot of their money.
I believe in the notes, you might have to correct me, is that Hinako got sold off to a man. Well, I think they met as children in one of the notes, but she got sold off to a family whose son really was, like, in a sense, in love with her and really wanted to be with her. In the game, it's like his iteration is being like a fox spirit, and a fox spirit wants to be with Hinako, which is, Hinako as like high school Hinako, but in the real life iteration, it's a wealthy like son that comes from a family that has their own issues and is looking for a wife, and he's been kind of obsessed with Hinako since they met as children. Essentially, her parents sold her off to this son or to this family so they can get married, and she doesn't want to get married because she wants to essentially stay kind of like her childlike self. Like again, we play as high school Hinako where she's having fun with Shu and her friends and having a great time, and then it kind of turns in for the worse kind of thing. So it's essentially like trying to keep your like trying to stay true to yourself, but conforming into societal needs, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that game does a really good job of like of implementing because I believe it's the 1960s too in rural
Mhm.
Japan. So time think there's still stuff that goes on like in different countries, like especially like Japan, just the different
Mhm.
like the ways that society still views women, especially in the 1960s, just like how that would be, and then especially in like a rural small town. And yeah, that game was like really dark and really tough. I was like, dang, like I don't think it took me as long to get through with Silent Hill 2, but definitely I was
Mhm.
like, this game is really heavy to get
Yeah.
through. And I think they did a really good job of because I know people when it first came out were like, oh, this isn't Silent Hill. It's
Mhm.
because everybody has this idea it needs to be Pyramid Head, it needs to be in this specific setting. But I think like with the new game that's coming out too, Townfall, I think is the
Mhm.
name of the next one. It's the Silent Hill, the main focus of it is how there's this character who's going through a lot of trauma and grief and how that's like manifesting into this other world and
Mhm.
how they're dealing with that and how it also affects like the people around them too. I think that's like
Yeah.
that's what Silent Hill is. It's not like just it has to be Pyramid Head and all
Yeah.
the nurses and stuff, which I know are like iconic things of that, but I like how they're taking those themes and concepts and implementing into other location settings now.
Yeah, because I believe besides the first and the third game for Silent Hill, it's different stories, and so I like Silent Hill 1 and Silent Hill 2 are like two completely different stories, with completely different characters. And I think people kind of forget that. With Silent Hill F, it's a completely different setting. Still has the ties, like you said, with like heavier themes and how people cope with trauma, or people are coping with society. In this in particular, it's like coping with a heavy society that like a woman must be this way, and the man is always like the breadwinner running the household, and the wife can't say anything. And I really loved how Silent Hill F kind of tackles those themes, while also like the gameplay is pretty good, even though I died multiple times in this game.
Please, holy fuck. Oh, I gotta fight. Oh my god. Please. Why? Why are so many? Okay, you know what? I gotta. Please let me through. Oh my god, I'm getting back shots from everywhere. Please.
And even like the setting of this game is so beautiful too. I love this game. I really
It
do.
is. Yeah, especially
Yeah.
with a lot of the like the floral like art in there too.
With the
Because
spider
the
lilies.
spider lilies, yeah, like that was like heavily used. Yeah, I remember when they first dropped the like teaser for it, and I was like, this game looks. I was like, I know this is actually not like gameplay, but it's like maybe like a cutscene. It just looks so pretty from the start.
So when I went to Japan back in March, I went to the Thousand Gate Fox Temple. It was kind of nice seeing that temple, because I know like the actual place that Silent Hill F is based off of is an actual town, and I actually wanted to go to the town, but it was a little bit a ways away from where we were staying at the time. And I think it was like a 2-hour train ride, which it would have been fine if we did it. If I ever go back to Japan, I do want to go to that specific town, because I heard that town is like like kind of welcoming towards like tourists that have heard about the like references to that specific town, and they also like really are amazed by the cosplayers that are cosplaying as like the characters of this game.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I'm also really into Japanese horror, anime,
Hmm.
and culture. I don't know, food culture in general. So like,
Yeah.
and I have been to Japan, and I have heard like a lot of because like when people go, a lot of times it's like very touristy stuff. I've
Hmm.
heard like rural areas, like rural towns, are kind of like dying off, and they're not getting as much
Hmm.
visitation from a lot of like outside people, even like local, I think Japanese people too. I think
Hmm.
don't go to these small towns as much. Or maybe they're like really big on like pottery, art,
Hmm.
and like yeah, the traditional culture. So like I don't know, I don't think I've seen like much about that town specifically, but I think that's like really cool that there is like a rural area getting more people visiting because of like a game like that.
I know there's like upsides and downsides when it comes to tourism, but like Japan in particular, I really hope people kind of go out of their way to like go out of the touristy areas and into the more rural areas, especially if you're like a really big fan of like different Japanese horror stuff. There's going to be some cool things you'll see. I'm really sad I didn't go to this specific town, but I think in the future I would love to go.
Maybe we'll go together.
Yes. Yes.
Podcast episode. We'll go.
Oh
We'll
my
take
god.
pictures, videos. We'll recap it.
Yes. Oh my god, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That's it for my list.
Yeah, that was my top list.
Yeah.
I'm like I kept muting myself occasionally because I was like my tummy started grumbling, and I was like, I hope that's not going through. I was like, I don't know. Jess is gonna be editing. She's like, whoa, just like horror. It's just like something grumbling in the background. Oh, my cat is sleeping on my mouse pad. I'm like, girl, I
Oh my
gotta.
god.
Yeah, I think that's. Oh yeah, that's all I had for my games.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm excited to. I mean, well, now people have already seen them, but like to see like our top 5 horror games, and then some
Hmm.
honorable mentions, and then also like seeing if we have like we're probably going to put gameplay in there, maybe clips that
Yeah.
we had from when we've streamed those games, and
Yeah.
also just like images so they kind of understand like what we're talking about if they haven't played many of these
Hmm.
games. Yeah, hopefully they check them out too and try them
Yeah.
themselves if they haven't played yet.
Yeah, especially like the indie games, because I feel like not many people play indie games, and I feel like a lot of hidden gems are indie studios, or made by indie studios. So I'm hoping
Yeah.
encourage to you to play indie games.
Yeah, and maybe that can also be a thing we do for an episode, like
Mhm.
focusing on maybe like our top like indie games, like some smaller games too. Because I know there was like some in there that are mentioned, like I think Fears to Fathom is an indie game, but I know like that one had gotten a lot of like traction because of like
Yeah.
YouTubers and streamers. So maybe there's some that we've like loved and played that maybe not as much or as many people have like heard of or something. Yeah, I'll have to go through my list and see if there's any. But yeah, it's definitely fun. Indie games are there's so many,
Yeah. Yeah.
like so many options. It's always fun to play. I know like a good place to find those too. Like Steam has a lot, and then itch.io.
It's, yes.
Yeah, that one's a really good place too. There's this one that I found. It was a Star Wars horror game. I think it's called
Uh-huh.
Death Troopers, which I think is actually
Oh
based off of a
yeah.
book. I think I have the book, but it's a zombie Star Wars
I
game.
was just gonna say, is that the one with the zombie parasite for the?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do know that story. That one's fun, but I haven't played the game.
it is really fun. I recommend because it's really short. I think it was this. I got through the first game and then they had a second one. And I really wanted to play it, but my bug glitch or my game bugged out. So I wasn't actually able to play. I haven't tried it again since the first time I played it, but
Yeah,
I will have to go back. But that is a really fun one. If anybody loves Star Wars and horror, it's so fun. It's called
yeah,
Death Troopers. Yeah.
yeah. I'm currently playing a game with some friends, but we're playing a shift at midnight just off stream, and it's so fun.
Oh, that game is. I only played the demo. I don't even think
Mhm.
I finished the demo, but Kevin and I were playing that a while
Yeah,
back. That one is
it's
fun.
fun. We should play that game like off stream and just
Okay.
like, yeah.
I'm down. I think it's on my wish list. I'll have to get the full
Yes.
thing. I guess on the topic of games, I'm replaying. I don't think I mentioned earlier. I re-downloaded Ghostwire Tokyo because I never finished that game
Yeah.
when that came out. That one's another good one. Recommend for people to check out.
Yeah.
I have like 27 hours in it, still haven't beaten it. I got really sidetracked with the side quests and like collecting
Yeah.
things and finding all the cats. And I was like, ooh, look at oh, and you
Yeah.
can there's Shiba Inus. You can find them
Yes.
and feed them, and then they'll give you little treats or like little collectibles you can find. I'm like, that game is just also another really fun one. That the soundtrack, the
Yeah.
characters, the monsters, everything's just so pretty.
I'm currently trying to make it through the Remedyverse games, which Remedy is a game developer that makes Alan Wake, the Alan Wake games, and so I'm currently trying to finish Alan Wake. I've just kind of been distracted by Dead by Daylight and
Mhm.
Marvel Rivals and Power World,
Yeah.
so I'm really liking Alan Wake a lot. It's just the shooting mechanic irritates me.
Oh no, I haven't played
Yeah.
those.
Only the shooting mechanic. Everything else, it's fun game. It's a fun game. A lot of interactions. This is like the one of the first games that I've ever like. It's very interactable. So there's like a lot of QR codes in the area. It'll lead you to like YouTube videos. You can tell that the devs put in a lot of love in this game. So that's what I'm playing through. I haven't played like Alan Wake or Alan Wake 2 in Control yet. So
Those are
yeah.
also in my library. One day I'll play those. That was our top 5 horror games plus
Yes.
some honorable mentions. I hope everybody enjoyed listening to our top favorites, and if there's any suggestions on what we should play or check out, if let us know. I was like, where can they let
Yeah.
us know? I guess on Instagram, or if you know us, just let us know.
Yeah, or
Um,
like YouTube comments because I know
or
we
YouTube
post on
comments.
YouTube. Yeah, and also share your top 5 favorite game or horror games because there's a lot of them. We would
Yeah,
like to know.
I know. I'm like, I have a never ending wish list of games that I need to get through.
Same.
And in my library currently, but I'm always looking for new things to look into though. Or even like if I could watch gameplay, it's always
Yes.
fun. And support other streamers or content creators too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the 28 Beats Later podcast. I'm Jessa,
And I'm Soalyse.
and we'll see you next Thursday.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
bye. Thank you for listening.
Bye.